Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading Canto 5, The Creative Impetus, Chapter 9, The Supreme Character of Jad Bharat, and text number 5. Because this is mostly the prose, so I will just read word by word translation. Sa hi Jad Bharat, cha also, api indeed, tat uha that which was instructed by his father. Pitrisam nitho in the presence of the father. Eva said even. Asadharchinam eva not correct, as if he could not understand anything. Smakaroti used to perform. Chandansi adhyapayasyan desiring to teach him Vedic mantras during the months beginning with Shravana or during the period of Chaturmasya. Saha along with Vyahritibhi the utterance of the names of heavenly planets Bhur, Bhuva, Swa. Saha Pranava Shira headed by Omkara. Tripadim, three-footed. Savitrim, the Gayatri mantra. Grishma Vasantikan for 4 months, beginning with Chaitra on the 15th of May. Masan, the months. Adhyanam, api, although fully studying. Asamveda Rupam, in an incomplete form. Grahayam Asha, he made him learn. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jad Bharat behaved before his father like a fool. Despite his father's educatedly instructing him in Vedic knowledge, he behaved in that way so that his father would know that he was unfit for instruction and would abandon the attempt to instruct him further. He would behave in a completely opposite way. Although instructed to wash his hands after evacuating, he would wash them before. Nonetheless, his father wanted to give him Vedic instruction. During the spring and summer, he tried to teach him Gayatri Mantra along with Omkara and Vyahriti. But after 4 months, his father still was not successful in instructing him. So that was the translation of text 5. And because it doesn't have purport, so let's move on to text 6 and read translation and purport of text 6 also. The Brahmana father of Jad Bharata considered his son his heart and soul, and therefore he was very much attached to him. He thought it wise to educate his son properly, and being absorbed in this unsuccessful endeavor, he tried to teach his son the rules and regulations of brahmacharya, including the execution of the Vedic vows, cleanliness, study of the Vedas, the regulative methods, service to the spiritual master, and the method of offering a fire sacrifice. He tried his best to teach his son in this way, but all his endeavors failed. In his heart, he hoped that his son would be a learned scholar, but all his attempts were unsuccessful. Like everyone, this Brahmana was attached to his home And he had forgotten that someday he would die. Death, however, was not forgetful. At the proper time, death appeared and took him away. Proper? Those too attached to family life who forgot that death comes in the future to take them away become attached and unable to finish their duty as human beings. The duty of human life is to solve all the problems of life. But instead, people remain attached to family affairs and duties. Although they forget death, death will not forget them. Suddenly, they will be kicked off the platform of peaceful family life. Is it peaceful? No. One may forget that he has to die. But death never forgets. Death comes always at the right time. The Brahmana father of Jad Bharat wanted to teach his son the process of brahmacharya. But he was unsuccessful due to his son's unwillingness to undergo the process of Vedic advancement. Jad Bharat was simply concerned with returning home back to Godhead by executing devotional service through Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. He did not care for Vedic instructions of his father. When one is fully interested in the service of the Lord, he does not need to follow all the regulative principles enunciated in the Vedas. Of course, for an ordinary man, the Vedic principles are imperative. No one can avoid them. But when one has attained the platform, attained the perfection of devotional service, it is not very important to follow the Vedic principles. Lord Krishna advised Arjuna to ascend to the platform of Nistragunya, the transcendental position above the Vedic principles. Traigunya Vishya Veda Nestragunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Satvastho Niryoga Vishemam Atmavan. The Vedas mainly deal with the subject of three modes of material nature. Rise above these modes, O Arjuna. Be transcendental to all of them. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So these texts are in the chapter of the Supreme Character of Jad Bharat. Most of you already know the story of Jad Bharat, and this, let me recap quickly what is happening here. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 12 cantos. We are on 5th canto, the creative impetus. And in first 4 cantos, all the things happen, and you all, I assume all of you know what happened in the past 4 cantos. But 5th canto is started with the point where there was nobody to rule the planet, and Maharaj Priyavrata was called back from his austerities that please come and run this whole world. And there were Raj Rishis. He refused early on, but then he agreed on the request of so many elevated Brahma, Narada and other people. So he was sat on the throne, then his son Agnidhara, he ruled, and then Rishabdeva, he came in picture. He instructed his 100 sons, headed by Bharat Maharaj, that, should not waste your human form of life. Same thing here. In eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Very simple. Bharat Maharaj took that instructions very hard to his heart, and what he did, at the right time, he retired timely. He did not engage in, I have to fix this, I have to fix family. So he retired. And after retirement, he went to the forest. In the forest, he started his meditation. So look at the position of such an elevated personality. Raj Rishi left everything behind and went to the forest and became attached to a small deer. And he began to think that I am the protector, I am the provider, I am the well-wisher, and I am everything of this deer. Though that was a misconception. And also, when he was falling down from his austerities, Prabhupada mentioned in one of the purports in previous chapters, or maybe somewhere else, in my Bhakti Vaibhava I studied that he did not consult his guru, spiritual master. Very important point here. One thing, he stopped his austerities of rising in the morning, chanting 16 rounds, doing all the mantras and taking bath, and he did bath and everything, but he didn't do his proper meditation japa. What happened? He came down and he also didn't consult his guru. So 2 points here. We are preaching, we are doing things, we are doing welfare, but we must remember that we must do our own sadhana and always be in touch with our guru. And always tell Guru Maharaj, I am not able to follow 4 regulative principles. I am not able to chant rounds properly. Guru is very merciful. He will just tell you, and my mind is agitated. So Guru Maharaj, they are always very merciful. They will instruct you in such a way that they will give power with their instructions so that we can follow. This is the power of initiation. This is the power of Guru. That with instructions, power comes. With instructions, inspiration comes. So that is the point. So now Jada Bharat, because he was very pious, very austere, Raj Rishi, so when he left body taking care of that deer, and he was crying for deer, oh dear, where you are, so he left body because he was old and thinking of deer, he became deer. So lesson learned right here, that antakale cha mameva, whatever we remember at the time of death, without fail we will get to that point, get to that body. Sada tad bhav bhavita, consciousness. And in these chapters a lot of discussion also came when Maharaj Jada Bharat, later on he became deer, and after deer he took the body of God, a family of Brahmana, because Bhagavad Gita says whatever you do, 240 neha bikram nasho asti pratyavay navidyate swalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahto bhayat. Mahto bhayat, mahto means great, bhayat means danger. What saves you from greatest danger? Whatever little bit service you did is never lost. Nasho asti, never lost. And then in 640 it comes back again, Bhagavad Gita, it says Shujinam, Arjuna asked Krishna, anyone who followed this path of Krishna consciousness, if he falls down means not able to remember Krishna at the time of death, for some or the other reason, like in case of Bharat Maharaj. So what happened? Shuchinam Shimatam Gehe Yog Bhrashta Vijayate. He comes with aristocracy, with all, need not to do 2 jobs in a day, fully settled, all facilities to chant Hare Krishna, to do worship Krishna, all tradition in the family. But higher than that, more advanced comes in the family of a Brahmana, where in the morning parents, they are up 3:30 at night. They took bath, both husband and wife, they are chanting rounds, gayatris and everything. Deities are dressed, all bathing, all bhoga offering. And children, they get up and they see, oh, mom and dad both are chanting rounds. So they immediately, oh nice, so nice. They just, like I remember when I was in Boise, Idaho in USA, so we had a temple next door. So in the morning we went Mangalarti, and we give little liberty to children not to rise right 3:30 or 4 o'clock because they have to study and go out and do so many things. So they would, when we come back from temple, then they would come back, rise, and they would come to the living room and see, oh, mom and dad both are sitting and chanting, they are finishing their rounds. So they, just by seeing that, they will go back to their, quickly just brush and everything, get ready, and they will come, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. So it's like, that is the culture. Prabhupada also mentioned he took birth in a Vaishnava family. Similarly here, Bharat Maharaj, he got this very great family. Father, Prabhupada, it came in somewhere, self-realized father. But somebody asked me from Croatia in my Bhakti Vaibhava class that father was self-realized, but why he got so much attached to his son, Jad Bharat. So I asked, and it was a tough question. Then I asked to Hanumat Peshak Swami, who is our mentor on our Bhakti Vaibhava study, and Vaisheshika Prabhu in ISKCON, Silicon Valley in San Jose. And they answered that self-realization is of many levels. So Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan, and also we are all advancing. So we are all here. We are on the path of self-realization. We are all devotees. But then there are grades. Like when plane came from Golok Vrindavan to take Tukaram back to Godhead, his children were very small, 10, 12 like that. And his wife was there. He said, come all of you. But the wife said, no, I have to take care of my children. So she stayed, and Tukaram left. Somebody may say Tukaram was careless. No, he wasn't careless. He knew that Krishna is the caretaker. When Prahlad Maharaj, when Hiranyakashipu was killed and everything happened, everything got settled, and Lord Nrsimha was very furious. Prahlad got into his feet, was pacified, nobody could pacify him. Then what happened? Lord Nrsimha, out of love, asked Prahlad, ask something. Prahlad said, what can I ask? I have seen you, you are my protector. Then what can I ask? Then he said, if you want to give me something, then just forgive my father. And Lord Nrsimha said, Father? Not your father only, your 21 generations are going back to Godhead because of you. That is why I ask my children, Prabhus, become devotee. I am very small. Chant Hare Krishna, chant your rounds, take me back to Godhead. I started very late, you started very young. You are better situated than myself. So all those, in Prabhupada's time, all those young, 20 years, 18 years, young boys and came to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, and their parents, like Daksha, no, don't take to this. Daksha asked his sons also, don't go with Narad. He will take you, give renunciation. No, better stay here, have family life, have fun. They refused. But then next time Narada came, and Daksha said, okay, go inside. But they were daughters only. So there was nobody to initiate in sannyas at that time. So the point here is, Prahlad Maharaj said to Lord Nrsimha, Balasya neho sharanam pitru Nrsimha nachagdam. A boat is drowning, captain cannot save. A person is dying, doctors, medicine cannot save. A child is protected by father. And my father was after me, was trying to kill me. Who could protect a child? 5-year-old child, who could protect? You, Lord Nrsimha, you have that capacity. You have that position. You are the protector. You are my father. You are my eternal father. Same way here. This Brahmana, he was trying to teach his son, Beta, chant Gayatri, Om, Bhur, and he would not learn. Why? Because once he is learned in Gayatri and everything, and then all the rituals and fire sacrifice. So this is the position. Two things here. Number one, every single parent here or elsewhere who are listening on, they're all worried about, Prabhupada said one time, if you are father of a daughter, if you talk to a father of a daughter, what are you thinking? How to marry this girl? He is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, how to marry, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. 24 hours father is thinking about daughter, how to get her married. And the next thing, if he has a son, maybe good or bad, but always thinking, how to get this boy educated enough. So one day, when he decides to marry, unlike those who are brahmacharis here, if he decides to marry, he must pay his bills. How would he pay his bills? Beta, learn something, learn some skill. Nowadays is a season of admissions, counseling. All the results are out. Being director of BSA College of Engineering and Technology in Mathura, a whole day I wait, parents sitting outside, they are asking me, in what branch I should put my son in, so that he can earn a lot of money. Because in old days I would need his help. What branch? You are director, please tell us what branch is good, what branch is best. And we call so many experts to give counseling to our children, to our boys. What should they do in their life? They don't know. This is the question. So this question which I am being asked today, every day by hundreds of parents, that question was existing even millions of years ago in the mind of father of Jad Bharat. What would you do, my son? Chant Om Bhur, and he would just like it down. Why he was acting like that? Because he didn't want to earn money, to get some, Brahmana, what they used to do. Pathan, Pathan, Yajan, Yajan, Dan, Pratigraha, and besides that, all the Brahmanas, they were trained in two things. Okay, let's ask, what is the anxiety in our minds today? Everyone brought two things. This body, here pain, that pain, headache, backache, toothache, this thing, that. These are the anxieties of the body. Broadly, everyone. And second anxiety is, what is going to happen next? With whom I am going to get my daughter married? When will she get married? Horoscope matching, this, that, all the time. So two things were the question which were answered by Kaviraj or Vaidya or Brahmanas. They are expert in Ayurveda and they are expert in Jyotirveda. And they would tell people by looking their hand, by looking their forehead or whatever, by horoscope, by date, birth chart, everything, that, oh yeah, this thing will happen, you Sade Sati Shani is going on right now, you can't get anything much out of it. And Mangal is looking at Rahu, and Rahu is looking at Shani, and Shani is Brahaspati, and all they are, causing this thing. And you are thinking, Maharaj, all these are looking at each other, I don't know. But you tell me what is going to happen next. I don't want to hear who is looking at what angle to whom, because I am trapped in these angles. Then Prabhupada said, okay, you chant Hare Krishna, you clap Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. The lines on your hand will change. So we are acting on behalf of Prabhupada. We are living Krishna conscious life on the instructions and assurance of Srila Prabhupada. All your things will be taken care of. You might have seen the logo of LIC, Life Insurance Corporation. On that logo it is written, Yog Shemam Vahamyam. And that is 922 of Bhagavad Gita. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, Ye Jana Pariupasate, Tesham Nitya Abhyuktanam Yog Shemam Vahamyam. Krishna gave the insurance, LIC will give you better insurance. We don't want to go under the shelter of supreme insurance. Krishna is giving. Ananyas Chintayanto. Without any other ulterior motive, if anyone is chintan, doing my bhajan, my thinking, japa, meditation, you are under my Mahatmanastu Mam Partha. Devim Pragati Mashrita. Those who are Mahatma. Mahatma doesn't mean Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma means those who have taken shelter of internal potency of Krishna. Yog Maya, Radharani. Not Mahamaya, Durga Devi. Those who are living in this material world, it's like example. My son was playing in a park, he was small, and he threw something which hit somebody. And the person came just like very angry, and but I was there, so nothing happened. But if I had not been there, he might have slapped him. Why do you do that? But if he had threw on the same stone on my head, and I'm even bleeding, or I got even some stitches, what would I do? Will I beat him? Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Krishna Balram ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar Lalita Vishakha ki jai. So what is the difference? He hit somebody outside on the street, or he hit me on my head. He will beat, but what I would do? I would slap him. What did he do? And that's it. So this is Yog Maya. We are under the shelter of Yog Maya. She is very caring, may give some little kick, but not much. Believe it or not, it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be tough on you. You will survive that kick, because that's a loving kick. There's a love, full of love, full of care. So that's the point. So here, when Jada Bharat refused to chant, refused to follow father's instruction, it has happened in the past. 4 Kumaras, when Brahma said, my dear sons, grow up and do all these things, increase progeny. They said, no, we are not going to be trapped. They decided to stay young boys. They didn't follow the order of their father, Brahma. Order of father and mother must be followed. But in certain cases, even Prabhupada, when his disciples faced that their parents would not allow them to come to temple, Prabhupada said, they are like Daksha. Don't follow them. But what happens? Their parents will get immense benefit. 40 years ago, their parents did not understand what their son or daughters were doing. The service to Srila Prabhupada, service to Lord Krishna, they didn't understand. But now after 40 years, we have so many stories. Many brahmacharis, they left home in ISKCON, all over the world. They served Krishna, they served Prabhupada, they distributed thousands of books, they brought so much donation to temples. And when they heard that their mother, that their father is terminally ill, they left their seva, they went back to their parents, they were still smoking, they were still drinking, they were still eating meat. But these boys, they didn't care. They served their parents with full love, and because of that love and care, at the time of death, there was an instance. One Mataji, one devotee, he was preaching his mom, and he would go, or rather, he would go every month or every year like that to talk to his mom. Mom, you're drinking, your body is dying, but don't do it. And she would not listen. But then he said, no, mother, okay. And here's the photo on the wall of Krishna. Look at him sometimes when your time is beautiful or attractive. Look at, and mom said, okay. And here's the Bhagavad Gita, read sometime. Okay, leave it. But then because son was doing continuous 24 hours a day service to Srila Prabhupada, service to Krishna, because of that, when he heard that his mom is almost on the deathbed, he went. And what mom said? My dear son, all along the last 20, 30 years, you have been coming to me and talking about, I don't know who this blue boy you're talking all the time, Krishna. You were talking about this blue boy all the time. And I never cared for what you talked to me. But where is your Krishna? And she left body. Whole life she ate meat, whole life she drank, all illicit connections, just because of the devotee's son. Everything was forgiven. Can anyone imagine the power of this Krishna conscious movement? Another example, one devotee wrote a letter, Mataji wrote a letter to Guru Maharaj, that Guru Maharaj, I used to preach my grandmother. She would not listen. And I left this Bhagavad Gita with my grandmother, Granny. This is somewhere in Europe. And mother, my grandmother, now, whenever she opens Bhagavad Gita and look at Prabhupada's photo, what did you do, Srila Prabhupada, to my grandmom? She just begins to cry. Just by seeing your photo, you gave so much mercy to my grandmother, just in her heart. Another story. Srila Prabhupada was in San Francisco in one of the Rath Yatras, and one devotee or one person at that time, he was looking at Prabhupada from the back. And Prabhupada just turned back and looked into his eyes just for almost 10 seconds. That's it. After 25 years, the person came to West Virginia, New Vrindavan temple, and he said to the devotees, where is your spiritual master? Oh, he's gone. But I want to tell you something. 25 years ago, in San Francisco Rath Yatra, he just turned back and looked at me, and he said, through his eyes, he communicated his words to his heart. That was Prabhupada's power. You are not happy. Come with us. We'll make you happy. And I heard that voice in my heart, and then I said, I will, but I want to try some things, like job, wife, everything. Nice. And I left. After 25 years, I got laid off from my job. My wife divorced because I was laid off. My children, they already grown up, left me. Now I'm back telling your Guru that there is nobody in this whole world. I tried everything. This is the story. And Prabhupada, he is present. His instructions are present. And he is present. One experience I will tell myself. My seva was in our Boise temple to dress Srila Prabhupada in the morning. And we don't do that every day. Over there, not very many devotees in West. And we do that once a week. Every Sunday morning, Sunday feast. So I have a whole box of Prabhupada, all kinds of kurta, dhoti, everything. I would iron them and then take them and then dress. So what I used to do was use some things, clean ear, nose and everything, and then I would take the towel and put under the armpit of Srila Prabhupada and do this. And this is happening all in my dream. So I'm seeing a dream that I'm doing all dressing, because this seva is not ordinary thing. If you meditate on your seva, it will go to your head in such a way that all the time you will think how to get it better. Like I was kitchen manager also with my wife sometimes for 6 years, and somebody would sponsor feast and we would ask them to bring ingredients and we will cook. But we'll give them a list. Just because of that seva, 24 hours I'm sitting on my job, typing on things. Oh, that Mataji has feast sponsored and she has to bring the, I forgot to tell him butter, I forgot to have ginger. So all the time that thing is going on in my head. This is the power of seva. So same thing, I'm not a very, don't take me as advanced devotee, just Prabhupada's mercy that he gave me that understanding. But please do not mistake on that. You may see me doing so many nonsense around, so just forgive me. But in my dream it came I'm dressing Prabhupada same way, putting everything, wiping him here and there, behind his ears and inside the ears and everything, all clean up going on. When I did this terrible thing, Prabhupada did this. When I did this, Prabhupada did this. And I was like, Prabhupada, are you sitting here? Prabhupada said, yes. And I then, oh, Anantarupa, Prabhu, come over, Prabhupada is in his... And my dream broke. Since that day, whenever I would enter into the Prasadam or temple hall, in the mornings, all dark, 4 o'clock, my Mangal Arati Seva, I look at Prabhupada and I'm like, nicely, you all tilak everything because Prabhupada is looking at you right there. And you're bowing down, Prabhupada is looking at you right there. And then I realized, because in our Prabhupada's puja that we do every day 7:15 here, Vando mui savdhan mate, not sarvdhana. Many people call sarvdhana. No, sir, not sarvdhana. It's savdhana. Why? He's Guru Maharaj, Param Guru. Look at his power. Darshane pavitra karo. Just by seeing you, just by bowing down before the deities, he is just purifying you. Darshane pavitra karo, ye tomar gun. He is purifying us every day. That's why we come every day in the morning, every day evening, going down again and again, again and again, going down, going down. Why? We are so fallen. We have no qualification, in fact. It's only because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. That's why we say, never, never, never leave Prabhupada. Never, never, never leave ISKCON. This is the only place of hope. This is the only and only place. I grew up in a very pious family. My mom, any sannyasi or sadhu will come to the town, Roorkee, she will invite for prasad, bhoga, prasadam. And I would wash their feet, give them donation, feed them nicely, take their blessings. That worked. But the point is, when I asked my mother, after coming to ISKCON 21 years ago, I said, Mother, you have been doing all Durga Chalisa, Hanuman Chalisa, all Shivji, all everything, all Bel Patri, all Savan, everything you have done, Durga and everything, and I also. But now, the time has come because I got this message now. I have read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, I have read Bhagavatam quite a little bit, 21 years ago, and now, Mom, please chant 16 rounds. And then because I was the youngest in the family, she agreed. I said, do whatever you want to do. Please, anytime I got, that's okay for now. But chant this mantra. And she agreed. And because of that, I was in America and my mom was leaving body here. It was 10 o'clock in the morning here and she was in Bareilly with my brother's nursing home, and I was in America. It was 9:30 p.m. over there and 10 o'clock here in January. And I called my mother, I'm coming. And she said, what would you do by coming? Your brothers are here, they are taking care of me, need not to come. I said, no, it's my duty, I must come because I want to chant for you. And she said, 2 घंटे में आ जाएगा क्या? I said, Mom, how can I come in 2 hours? I am in America, you are in India. 2 hours? Even supersonic jet cannot bring me here in 2 hours. And she left her body exactly at 12 o'clock after 2 hours. And my sister-in-law was chanting Bhagavad Gita, reciting Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter besides her. This is the power of chanting. This is the power of this Hare Krishna mantra. Anyone and everyone, is not that you mix 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen here in India or in USA or in USSR, water will be there. Same way, anyone who would chant this mantra will get full same benefit. This is the power. So here, when Jad Bharat's father is trying to train him so that he can get some money to raise family. So that was genuine concern of father. Is there anyone here want to blame his father? Anyone here want to say that his father was not doing right thing? But like Bishop Dev said in his teachings in 5.5 Srimad Bhagavatam, that Guru na Shashyat, Jani na Shashyat, Pita na Shashyat, this, that, so many. Don't become father, don't become guru, don't become king, don't become mother, whatever, or don't become a friend. Namochiye yadi, if you cannot deliver your person, it may be your son, your disciple, your friend, if you cannot deliver from the cycle of birth and death, Shram evi kevalam, notpadyed yadi ratim. Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text 17 or 18, or maybe before. Notpadyed yadi ratim shram evi kevalam. Dharma swanishita punsa vishvaksena kathasuya notpadyed yadi ratim shram evi kevalam. All useless labor. So the thing here is the key word, the key thing, the message today is there are two dharmas. Swadharma and Parodharma. Swadharma is Varnashram dharma. And Parodharma is like you take the staircase, going by stairs, first floor, second floor, third floor. If you take the elevator of Buddhi Yoga, you're right there in top floor, doing Bhakti Yoga. So on the gate of the elevator, Guruji is standing, you're an elevator person. Come, open the door, you got into the elevator. And Guru pushed the button and you're right on the top. And the Krishna's mercy by hand from the top floor of Bhakti. And you have passed. Srila Prabhupada said, anyone who is in ISKCON in Krishna consciousness, he is the topmost yogi. Prabhupada said, Shri Krishna consciousness movement is like this. You are asking a son walking on the street, come here. Take this chair of Supreme Court judge. And person said, how come? I never even went to the College of Law. I never even passed in front of the College of Law. What to speak of going into the college? And you are asking me to become Supreme Court judge? Prabhupada said, yes. After sitting on the chair, you will learn the law. And at the same time, you will give the judgments. Hari Bol. Those who are in Krishna conscious movement, they are already doing what they will do after their leaving body and go back to Golok Vrindavan. They are already doing right here. What are you doing here? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And what would you do over there? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. What are you doing here? You are serving along with devotees. Because Rupa Goswami, in his nectar of instruction, in preface, he said, rather Prabhupada put that preface for giving us understanding of Upadeshamrita. In preface, Prabhupada said, in all spiritual processes, it is very important to do two things. If you don't get those two things, you are wasting your time. You may be Christian, you may be Hindu, you may be Muslim, you may be Sikh, whatever religion you have got, whatever nation you have got, whatever body you have got, black, white, grey, yellow, whatever. The goal is one in all spiritual affairs. And what is that? Controlling two things. What are those? Two things, mind and senses.